So just to get us started, so Teresa, do you want to help us understand what a business glossary is?
Sure. It's important to know what you want out of your business glossary. It can be a little bit different for different companies. Um, and there are some creative ways that I see people deploying business glossaries. So, business glossary can be an area that you organize the terms for the business. Um, and sometimes people are using it for other reasons as well. Occasionally, I'll be working with a client that wants to have a term for every field in every table in their applications and put it in the business glossary, which can, if not handled properly, create kind of confusion. Oftentimes, the business glossary is for the business to be able to curate and describe a robust definition of what term means to them. And when they go to that business glossary, they're trying to find the details of the definition and where they can ingest that term in your data assets. Where can I find the information in that's accessible to me? So
Mhm.
you may not want to have a term for every field and every table in your business glossary.
Mhm.
And that is a good use for your data catalog. And oftentimes that data is in third normal form. So it's also difficult to like bring both components together. But being able to deploy your business glossary, having considered that strategy,
Mhm.
I think is important. Other ways that I see people deploying a business glossary is to keep track of um, your data quality routines that you've got in a data quality library. You want to bring more transparency and visibility into that.
Mhm.
So, and the other another use case for a business glossary is to be able to have your data warehouse team describe what is a surrogate key and all of the derived information that they're publishing in the data warehouse
Mhm.
that is a combination of other data. Wherever that information is being introduced into your data ecosystem, you want to be able to say, do I need a business glossary term? Will people be looking for this information? And then build out your backlog.
Mhm. Absolutely. So I think the examples that you shared are so relevant. What I'm understanding is that your data ecosystem many times is messy, complex, and there's a lot that's happening. But
Absolutely.
the business glossary, when you're looking at things through the lens of a business glossary, you are creating that consistency and bringing some sense of calmness in a chaotic data world, right?
Right.
Am I getting that right?
Yes. And
Okay.
you can have a business glossary and define your terms in an Excel spreadsheet, but when you get
Mhm.
into more sophisticated data governance model, the business glossary becomes the hub. It's
Mm.
where we bring together the business definition,
Mhm.
where the information can be found, what the originating source is, where the information is being introduced into the ecosystem, and
Mhm.
you're pulling together how that term is related to other terms.
Mhm.
You're able to curate some additional extended metadata around that as well,
Mhm.
where you want to have approved abbreviations. It's really the conduit that's going to provide consistency. And
Mhm.
that is the crux of data governance, is being able to provide consistency in the term, the use, the
Mm.
source, the handling, the quality, and the abbreviation, so that everyone is more confident in what they're looking at, and that that data is a valued asset.
But do you think, in your experience working with so many clients, that people do see value in business glossary? I mean, that's what we have been talking about, but do people feel that way?
Yeah, the people that have worked in organizations where they've been able to achieve that level of engagement in the business glossary, um, they sometimes will go to another organization as their career advancement or changes take effect, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we need a business glossary here." You you can't imagine not having it, because it
Mhm.
becomes so valued in those organizations. There's so much benefit to being able to know who to ask a question to. The name of the
Mhm.
owner and the stewards are right there. If you have a definition that doesn't quite fully describe something, I can click on a button and say, hey, does that impact this, or how is that? I'm also seeing this over here. Is that a good
Mhm.
place for me to draw that data down? You've got instant and consistency and transparency around those things. Where the current state is oftentimes a lot of different silos of information.
Mhm.
You will have information that's being added by a team and they know what they're adding and it means this to them. But by the time you're ingesting that information, the definition is changed and they think that it means something else. So, and they don't know who to ask a question if that data disappears off of a report. And they're not sure if they're developing something with that
Mhm.
term on it. It might exist in 19 different fields. Where's the best place to draw it down? And so when there's a quality thing that comes up, we're not really that efficient at finding the source and tracking it back to the root cause. So all of these individuals throughout the organization are achieving value of having that business glossary and the extension of the components of that business glossary to be able to enhance their individual goals for data management.